Now, President John Dramani Mahama says the ongoing turmoil in the global cocoa market should be a turning point in Ghana's dependence on the exports of raw commodities. Now, speaking at the Ghana Tree Crops Investment Summit and exhibition held here in Accra, he stressed the importance of expanding value addition within the agriculture export sector. There is more in this report.
Highlighting key issues in the agriculture sector, the president pointed out the vulnerability of economies that rely heavily on unprocessed raw exports, especially cocoa, as the second biggest producer of the commodity. His remarks come as Ghana's cocoa industry is grappled with liquidity challenges it has faced in decades. He urged the country to treat the disruption as an opportunity for transformation.
Recently, we've had a crisis with cocoa. It hasn't affected only Ghana. It's affected all cocoa-producing countries. And it shows how unstable raw material exports are if you don't process and add value. And that means that we must take advantage of this crisis to make a pivotal change in how we handle our raw exports. And we've exported raw beans since Gordon Gaggisberg's time. For those of you who don't know Gordon Gaggisberg, he was one of the colonial governors. And Ghana, at that time, was the leading exporter of cocoa. And to think that in the 21st century, we are still the largest leading exporter of raw cocoa beans, that is not an accolade we should take pride in. We should take pride in being the leading exporter of manufactured cocoa products. This crisis must mark a turning point in our cocoa industry.
He announced reforms to the cashew industry and says the Tree Crops Development Authority is seeking to expand the palm oil sector under its national development policy.
And tree crops are well positioned within this 24-hour economy framework. We will no longer export raw cashew. And so I invite our investment partners who export cashew to come and build the capacity to process our cashew locally. I want to travel and be able to buy cashew and see produce of Ghana, not produce of India or produce of some third-party country.
Meanwhile, Sector Minister Eric Opoku says government is putting in place stringent measures to address Ghana's annual post-harvest losses.
Through the Tree Crop Development Authority, the ministry is strengthening regulatory oversight, improving data systems, enhancing licensing and compliance mechanisms, and creating a predictable operating environment for investors and exporters. Regulation is not an obstacle to growth. It is the foundation of sustainability and investor confidence.